Okay, I have a big rant to go on. Basically, walked to campus, just sent me an email saying, oh, by the way, you have a pest control scheduled today. Like that gives any room whatsoever for autistic people to be ready. It makes me want to hurt somebody, even though I know I can't. And things like this could just easily be avoided if you say 2, 1 day, 3 days in advance. And I mean, let's just look it up on Google. How long should someone tell someone in advance? At least 24 hours before the event or deadline will get plenty of time for the recipient to respond and remember the events and deadlines. 24 hours before. At least 24 hours before. Let's look at it through an autistic perspective. Some individuals with ASD might have difficulties associated with changes in routine or environment, may have the need for sameness, predictability, which is not predictable, telling me the day of. There you have it, guys. Even the public needs 24 hours in advance. So just think how much longer autistic people need. It's not that hard, people. And things like this can easily be avoided. And it's not just my housing, it's every housing. Pretty much something like this pops up and happens. As a college student and stuff, this is why people don't go to college. I mean, just being honest, like, unpredictable things happen and not everyone can just act like that, like most people. And so I got a reminder today of the pest control happening today. And I got the reminder at 8:12 a.m. And it's now about 10:20 a.m. And it was scheduled to happen 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, is that enough time? Is that enough? And I just stayed up practically really late last night studying for a bio exam. Mind you, yesterday was our last day of spring break, and they're doing this to us. And my exam is Tuesday, which is probably why that reminder got out late. You guys aren't doing your freaking job. I understand we got a mass reminder of all the dates they will come here. But if you're gonna just send that and then the day of, what good is that, the day of? So I was forced to get out of bed, put any stuff away. I don't want that freaking insect spray around, exterminator spray around. Get up 1.5 hours earlier. My first class isn't even until 12 p.m., which is what I schedule everything for. Because I stayed up to study for a bio exam. And so I'm only going to go based on my schedule and what I know. So you tell me, autistic friendly or not? Not only that, but I do not like the idea of getting ready, change for my first class, when some strangers could be coming in the room. So I went up and I got dressed an hour and a half earlier than I would if I were to go to class. Because Lord knows if that were to happen when they were here, I would not know what to do. And I would probably freak out and probably end up, 1, acting like an idiot towards them, or 2, freaking out and having a meltdown. So you tell me what's better, completely avoiding it and sending in a reminder 2 days, 1 day in advance, or the day of. And I always change in the bathroom regardless. But still, inspectors need to go to the bathroom, and I need access to my closet in my room when no one's in here. Just really big fan of no one being in my space whatsoever. So yeah, there's my rant after I just got woken up. And I'm even debating on just continuing this until my class comes around, because I bet I could even film them walking in while I'm filming, because they're scheduled literally to be at around this time. So it wouldn't surprise me if I'm filming and they just knock, knock, knock on the door, freaking inspector or safety check, which I just got the other day. A few days ago, they did a safety check here over spring break, and that one was told to me delayed as well. At least instead that day, they came the second day the reminder was sent out, and not the first day. And as an autistic person, I am possessive of my belongings. You don't touch my belongings. And the fact that someone's in your room that you can't see what they're doing, it just makes me feel better off that I'm not there when they do it. Because then you can see what they're doing, and then you'll be like, no, don't do that, but they have to. It's just, a lot of things are flawed about this system. And if they were to come when I'm asleep, that would set me off even worse. And we're not even going to talk about that right now. But this was also scheduled from 10 to 11 when I would have been asleep. So just everything that I'm not a fan of. And now that it set me off, I'm gonna be more enraged and just nervous when I go to my first class because of this, because this happened before. So that's just all it takes to set someone off for a bad day. Because this is my first video where I talk about my autism, or that I'm autistic, I have Asperger's. A lot of people refer to it as Asperger's syndrome, but I just refer to it as Asperger's. And I wanted my first video on this channel to be about, my autistic experience retold through Asian diaspora from my LAS course. But the video I had done on that turned into a rant as well. So I'm not supposed to release that one until after I'm already graduated. So stay tuned for that. So this has about been going on for as long as I've been here. Besides freshman year, because of COVID, they didn't really do stuff like that. But my sophomore year and my junior year now, it happens more often. And this is a well-deserved rant that was just bound to come out eventually after all this. So, thank you guys for listening. Maybe I sound a little ridiculous, but this is a real issue that happens, in my experience. And it could easily be avoided just when people are more aware of things and educate themselves, or are more organized for the reminder to come out earlier and not the day of, which means people should be doing their job better. Okay guys, so I'm completely shooken up by what just happened. I heard a knock on the door right when I stopped filming, and I went out to the door because I had to go for Chinese class in order to be there on time. And as I was going out, basically running out the door, I saw the exterminator person for the, insect spray at the door because he just knocked, and I thought he went away when no one answered, but that was not the case. So that was really awkward for me, and I had to say, yeah, he could come in, even though I'm not comfortable with that, because it's just you don't know really what to do in that situation. So then I was extra shooken up by that, and still had to go to class. And not only that, but on the way, when I was going to Wall, there was a whole group of the tourist parents and kids that are trying to see if the university is for them on a tour, which everyone at Coastal knows those are extremely annoying when we're just trying to go to class. Just why? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you don't experience things like this. Bye.